Great. Hello everyone. This is Joe again to announce the third week of January weekly physical album chart. So as you can see, you see a different background today. I'm actually traveling, and that's why I couldn't turn on the live because the Wi-Fi signal is pretty bad. So this is the pre-recording of HANTEO Chart's third week of January physical album chart. I'm actually traveling for to attend the 17's the U.S. tour on the West Coast. So this is pretty early in the morning, 8 in the morning, a local time. But I'm recording this as usual at 1 a.m. in Korea on Monday. So as usual, we'll get started. Hello everyone. We will announce the world's one and only real-time chart, HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart, starting now. This is your host Joe, and if you're curious about K-pop album sales, please subscribe to the channel and like this video. So this, like I said, is third week of January, so let's go ahead and take a look at the album chart rankings of the third week of January. So in 10th place is SF9, and SF9's first collection, the first full album, was sold 1,664 copies in the last week. And as probably all fantasies were super happy about, they claimed their first win in the music show since their debut. I believe they debuted for 2015, was it? Or 16. So I think it's been 4 years. So it's their first win in the music show with the title track Good Guy. So congratulations. And they were also ranked on the weekly chart of third week of January as in 10th place. So that was SF9. First collection, the first studio album that was sold 1,664 copies in the last week. Moving on to the 9th place. Ninth place was taken by BTS. Map of the Soul Persona was sold 1,956 copies in the third week of January. As you know, their Map of the Soul 7, the fourth full-length album, is coming soon in February, and they recently released the art film and the digital song of the pre-release song called Black Swan. Obviously I gave it a listen too, and it's I'd say a dark song, and very excited to see what they're gonna bring to us in February. I guess so far we had 2 songs from this album, and only can expect, this album is sort of have a definitely different feeling from the Persona album, but still looking forward to it. So that was BTS. In 9th place, Map of the Soul Persona, that was sold 1,956 copies in third week of January. Moving on to the 8th place. 8th place was taken by IU. IU's Love Poem was sold 2,814 copies in the last week. She recently released or uploaded a photo on her social media that of her trip with her family in Spain, which is very cool. So she just got back from a long tour in Asia, so she definitely deserves some break from the work. So yeah, hopefully she gets a good rest and come back to perform in front of us. So that was IU in 8th place, Love Poem album that was sold 2,814 copies in the third week of January. So yeah, so far we've announced up to the 8th place, and this weekly physical album chart is presented by HANTEO Chart, the world's one and only real-time chart. Okay, so moving on to 7th place. 7th place was taken by Baek Yerin, and her album Every Letter I Sent You was sold 3,823 copies in the third week of January. She recently left JYP, and with the new label, this is her first full-length studio album. after her leaving JYP. And as everybody knows, if you ever have gave it a listen to her song, her vocals are beautiful, and this album definitely demonstrates that too. And she also recently featured in the original soundtrack of the TV drama show called Crash Landing on You. That's also very popular in Korea as well. So, whichever you get to give it a listen, please definitely do. And yeah, that was in seventh place, Baekhyun's Every Letter I Sent You, that was sold 3,823 copies in the last week. Okay, moving on to the sixth place. Sixth place was this week taken by WhosfanTV, Take Over the Moon again. It sold 4,952 copies, and can't wait to get their next album. That should be very soon. And their latest news is that they uploaded the photo of them visiting, or actually attending Taeyeon's concert through the SM's official social media account. So definitely like seeing the artists supporting other fellow artists. So yeah, that was great, and definitely looking forward to their comeback very soon. And that was sixth place, WhosfanTV, Take Over the Moon album. That was sold 4,152 copies in the last week. That's halfway through, and this weekly physical album chart is based on the album sales all across the world. So, and of course, real time because it's HANTEO chart. So, if you've purchased an album of your favorite artists, you definitely contributed to the daily, weekly, monthly, yearly rankings, album sales rankings of your artists. So, continue supporting that. And yeah, moving on to the fifth place of HANTEO charts, weekly physical album chart of third week of January was taken by Very's Face Me. The third mini album was sold 4,980 copies in the last week. So if you're watching music shows, I'm sure you're seeing them promoting in music shows a lot, as well as in other different media, and their music video of the title track exceeded, seems like 8 million views, which is awesome, given that they're only going on to their second year just now as a rookie group. But unfortunately, one of the members, Minchan, had injury in his head, so taking a little break, but definitely doing well in the physical media album chart and coming up in fifth place. So hopefully Minchan gets better soon, and please take care of your health, whoever it may be. So yeah, that was very in fifth place. Face Me, the third mini album that was sold 4,980 copies in the last week. And moving on to fourth place. Fourth place was taken by Red Velvet. The Re-Festival finale version was sold 5,032 copies in the last week. And also here, the members caught flu, seems like, so they're taking a little break from their regular schedule as well to get better. I think it's really easy to get sick if you're in a group promoting together or just living together in general. So viewers, you folks also be careful of cold/flu in this cold weather, and hopefully Red Velvet members get better soon as well. That was in fourth place, Red Velvet's The Re-Festival finale version that was sold 5,032 copies in the last week. And moving on to third place. Third place of HANTEO charts weekly physical album chart of third week of January was taken by ATEEZ. ATEEZ Treasure Epilogue EP, Action to Answer, that was sold 11,521 copies in the last week. And we've been saying this, but they're going on to a world tour called ATEEZ World Tour, The Fellowship Map to Treasure, very soon, starting in Seoul in February. And recently they made news because they sold out the like 6 cities in the tour, I believe including LA. So the 17th tour is actually happening in the Forum in LA, and AT's LA stop is also the Forum as well. And I actually, when I was driving by the Forum, I saw the venue and it was like, this is giant, and they sold this out in their second year basically. So that was kind of freaky and also happy for them at the same time. But so yeah, it's amazing news. I hope they continue to grow as the popular group all across the globe, and best of luck in the tour. So that was in third place, AT's Treasure EP, Action to Answer, that was sold 11,521 copies in the third week of January. And this broadcast is presented by HANTEO Chart, the world's one and only real-time physical album chart. And the data is based on the sales all across the world. We're only left with 2 albums of this week, and the second place of HANTEO Chart's third week of January weekly physical album chart was taken by Taeyeon's Purpose. Purpose was sold 18,411 copies in the last week, and she recently released a repackaged album including 3 new songs. Definitely give it a listen. Definitely support amazing female solo artists, and looking forward to the future promotions as well throughout the rest of the month and the year. So that was Taeyeon's second place, Purpose, that was sold to 18,411 copies in the third week of January. And we're only left with first place of HANTEO Chart's third week of January physical album chart. And that was taken by Kim Jae-jung. His second mini album, I believe, Love Song, was sold, 86,603 copies last week. And this, we haven't seen him for a while, at least on the physical media side, but he did come back after 4 years and release this mini album. And he is scheduled to go on an Asia tour, starting in Seoul and in total 6 cities. And this, as like the title, Love Song of the album, it's full of love song and ballads. So definitely it's a sort of a good song / album to play in the winter and sort of feel warm inside. So I'll definitely give it a listen. And yeah, that was in the first place, Kim Jae-jung's Love Song, the album, was sold 86,603 copies in the third week of January. So yeah, that was quick and sweet. It's too sad that we can't interact with each other this week, but hopefully next week the situation is better. I'll be in Seattle, and hopefully we'll see how that goes. And hopefully in Seattle we can meet each other in real time. So yeah, that was it for the third week of January HANTEO Charts weekly physical album chart. But if you're curious how many new albums will be counted during the upcoming week and in real time, definitely please check out the weekly physical album chart, as well as the real-time chart in WhosFan app. You can download it from both iTunes, App Store, not iTunes, App Store and Play Store on Google. Check out WhosFan, and definitely check out the real-time chart as well as Star Chart, which you can contribute by posting posts or uploading photos of your favorite artists on WhosFan app. And also, please subscribe to WhosfanTV, the YouTube channel here, and like this video as well. And we will continue to report on the weekly charts and other ongoings in the K-pop world. Yeah, that was it for announcing HANTEO Charts third week of January weekly physical album chart. Thank you for watching, and this was your host, Joe. See you next week. Have a great week, everyone.